prior military. And back then, he didn't trust anybody in the government. He was going for entertainment and learning about his own, how he thought of how his mind worked. He was learning how to, what we would say, time travel in our own mind, extraterrestrial, teleport, ESP, whatever you want to call it. But we haven't learned a language to talk yet to each other. And, you know, we go in our dreams, but we know from the great philosophers on the planet that when we dream, it is another form of consciousness. So we are still conscious. But those of us that have time teleportation understanding, our higher levels of intellect, are considered geniuses to some groups, Mensa, whatever, is the fact that we know things, and we may act dumb as a rock, but we know things. I saw a guy that looked like he had some type of physical disparament talking to Ray Kurzweil and that other guy, what was his name, at Google Talks 5 years ago. They let some people ask questions. What was his name? Great philosopher, goes around, tells the same story of objective and subjective over and over again. That's his story. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, Ken, all Andrew has to do, Andy, folks, Andy Bashago. I know, Andy told me himself, it's like Dr. Shivago. All you people out there that are mispronouncing it, Andy is Andrew Shivago, but it's Andrew Bashago, okay? Right. Andrew Bashago, per his, and I'm 5'11", 230 pounds. He met me in human form in 2017 at USA, University of Southern Alabama in Mobile, and Ken Johnston and I were the meeting of the minutes. Now, he didn't come in for the meeting. Remember? He stayed outside.
No, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember that. Sorry.
He would not participate with you and me in our company, ACO, Association Military, because of our government affiliation.
Oh, okay. No, it doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry. That's understandable right now.
Janet and her husband came in. Carla with her Swedenborg, or the other girl that did. Yeah. The guy with the parrot in entertainment that brought Andy to Mobile, the guy with the parrot, entertainment guy.
Oh, yeah. So the thing is it wasn't a big deal to me, and I just sort of dropped it out of my head.
We didn't care if Andy didn't come in, but I'm telling you, he saw the tattoo of the Pegasus on my leg. He saw my tattoo. Now, see, in the government, they told me we don't get tattoos, but it was a time change, and I did that intelligently in the government when they sent me to weapon training in Japan, and I wanted Pegasus because of the time travel we were doing on the planes and how I had to get my mind wrapped around space travel and how we were going to deal with it with these computers when the extraterrestrials I was meeting with, I guess they were extraterrestrials. Some of them were tall in Navy uniforms coming out of D.C., standing when I was sitting on the steps on a break, tall and white. They were white men in Navy uniforms, and then the white men in Navy uniforms came and got me after I came in from checking in to the CIA office or the U.S. Embassy. I think they're separate, according to what I was told. The U.S. embassies don't, because when I worked for the Navy in Hawaii, we worked on the U.S. embassies around the world, and I was in a new program for women working, and we had to handle all the embassies out of Hawaii. That's when I was with NAVFAC PAC INCHCOM, Naval Facility Pacific Engineering Command, an engineer like yourself, right? Or no, you're a pilot. But
no.
Andy was involved somehow with Janet, Sasha, and Laurie Eisenhower and Alfred Lambermont Weber, and I had to intermediate. I was a moderator between Janet, Alfred Lambermont Weber, and Andrew Bashago on the telephone between Canada, Hawaii, and I don't even know where Andrew was. I think I asked him, and he was back in Washington. So I was having to help people, intermediary. You know what I'm saying? Alfred asked me to, and so I did between Andy and Janet and him. Now, he's become very famous.
That's just gotten worse, by the way.
Why?
Well, we'll get offline and talk about it.
It's politics, isn't it? It's really politics.
Yep.
Let's just be bottom line, folks. This has messed up all our people, the way they think, their cognitive consciousness intelligence, their spiritual alignment, their soul, how they think of religion, politics, whatever else the UFO business is. It used to be all one and the same. Now Janet has emailed me little tiny thing because she doesn't want to. She's scared of me because I'm former government, and she's scared of you because you're former government. And that's what the Democrats did to the Republicans.
Okay. Yeah.
And I hate to say it, folks, but we're not evil, and I am nondescript. I do not identify with either political party.
I don't know. Individuals. I've always voted by individual who and what they were up for instead of political one branch only. No.
Well, so we got Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, but these people that never served, never took a pledge, never promised I would give my life, meaning it for the President of the United States, and I did. Well, I died, but I'm back. But, President Reagan had people that had people. Dick Cheney had people that had people. Let's see. President Carter.
Yeah.
President Carter was involved. Down there with the carpet people and the Secretary of State and the feds were all watching them. What was his name? Carpet Man. And
when you say people that have people, that confuses the people that are listening. So.
Well, the people, okay, instead of Dick Cheney coming to me direct, he would send his man to find me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Dick Cheney that worked with the Bushes. President Bush had a man, Dick Cheney, come to me, right?
Yeah.
All right. People come to me from both parties, politics, Republican and Democrat. At one time, both of the heads of both parties would come to me and ask me for my support, okay? Both sides. So these were high-playing people for 30, 40 years because of our extraterrestrial involvement that nobody knew about. But apparently certain groups did. Mitch McConnell knew. Ronald Reagan knew. I started wondering if the Republican part of the House was holding that over the Democratic part for power. Is what I don't know, in my opinion, but, this is free speech on the internet and cyberspace culture on a Sunday, ACO Ascension Church Ohana Day, and we're just talking about our personal lives and what we've lived through.
That's exactly, you were picking up on my brainwaves, I know, because I was hoping that we weren't offending people that are thinking in terms of this is their Sunday and that we're not communicating in that particular line as much as information. But the events and things that we've been involved with and the governments and the things that all has an effect upon our religious rights as an American. So,
yeah, we don't have to talk about it in the future, but we sort of started on it yesterday, and I didn't get to continue. But, yeah, normally I don't talk politics or religion, but Sundays is my religion day, because if I had to go to a court of law, I would say Ascension is my religion, just like Janet And Dr. Lesson, this is history now, went to court for a lady in Arizona because of their Tantra religion. I don't subscribe to Tantra only or the Tantra school, but that's why Janet and I had a difference of opinion, because I went with the yogi, past life reincarnation Tantra yogi, right? Different, like the biography of a yogi type stuff, right? India.
Absolutely.
You know, but I understand a lot of people are physical, and that's what they like to teach, and had a good business on television, and, you know, got on TV with Deepak Chopra and Tony Robbins and all those big names in California. Well, that was one strain of how they promoted it up and down Hollywood and California, and unfortunately, they started mocking them on television and in movies. That was a certain thing in New Age, and they took it to a whole nother level of sex, okay? And that's the lower chakras, and that's fine for certain people. But, you know, people grow out of that, especially after their 50s, and our bodies are made that way for men and women, believe it or not. That is physically pretty much proven. Not everybody's libido stays high. And that's a whole nother world we can get into.
You really handle that very tactfully.
You think?
I think.
But that was another split of hairs we had.
Before I forget, and Fran handed it to me, let me know an actual picture of me standing with the Star Trek crew, everything from Captain Kirk and Spock and all of them, with me standing right there in the group inside the spacecraft. It's a pretty neat little picture to have, and I'll be sure you get a copy.
Does she want us to use that as an entertainment piece? Is she giving her permission?
Sure, because
I think it's cute.
I don't know. I hope the other people don't get all ticked off about it.
Well, you're not breaking any laws, are you?
Well, none that I know of. The thing is, they can say, he wasn't with us. He wasn't part of this and everything, but the picture speaks for itself as far as I'm concerned. Let it be what it is.
Okay. It's just a form of art, and it's a hard copy, and I think I know the one you're talking about. I think I have a copy, but you may want to send it to me again. Do you have a scanner, or do you know how to use the camera on your phone? I don't know if it'll pixelate good enough.
Well, I don't want to do this on the phone right now, but no, I'll be more than happy to get you a good positive copy, and it's easier. We have friends got a whole complete computer system set up, and we'll send it directly to you onto your computer, and you can download and print it out. You do have the printing out capabilities and all that stuff, I'm sure, right?
No, but my daughter does, because all I've got is a laptop and a phone and 2 big TVs. I've got 3 laptops. But now remember, I come from old school where we had engineers, and they did all my Pro Tools engineering, or, you know, in Hawaii in Sunlight Music Recording Studio, or in Nashville next to, this guy comedian, what was his name? I can't remember the name of my studio now, but I went in and out of several, the big pictures of Tim McGraw and something, I don't know, all these pictures of famous people. But the lady that took charge of me actually ran the huge building in Nashville for Broadcast Music Incorporated. And she individually had me meet her 2 individual times, personally met with me, because her father started Broadcast Music Incorporated. So somehow, if it's not the extraterrestrials, it's God that allows me to know the highest level of corporations on the planet, in America at least. My husband met the man that ran China when he was alive, and he met Margaret Thatcher, and he met the Queen of England when he was alive, and he was knighted. Tom was knighted, Thomas Ray Morris, Sergeant Thomas Ray Morris, Staff Sergeant, and he became Agent Morris for President Reagan.
And used to, in the old days, they would not allow any American to accept knighthood or what have you, or being recognized by the Queen of England. So I'm not going to worry about whether they want to